Thanks for joining us, Snax. I'll hand over straight away to you. I like that your profile picture is behind you.
Oh yeah, this was painted actually by an early PizzaDAO member. All right, so we are PizzaDAO. I'm gonna give a little bit of background to start, but first, thanks Nick for inviting me, and shout out to Brandon, who is actually product design at Story, and also the creator, the father of Molto Benny here, which is PizzaDAO's mascot. And yeah, and I'm not a Daniel, uh, but I will not dox my real name here. It is, but you can know it is not Daniel. Um, so I'll start with a quick story. You probably all know this. I'm just going to breeze through, but we love this story at PizzaDAO, obviously. And I think specifically that the Bitcoin Pizza Day story is the most approachable story about crypto. Anyone can understand it. It's funny. It's fun. It's pizza. So yeah, you know Laszlo, probably. And if you don't, that's the guy who spent 10,000 Bitcoin on two pizzas in May of 2010. He did it by posting on Bitcoin Talk, which was the early forum. And then ultimately, someone else actually bought it for him. And this is a theme I'll come back to, which is that people are actually the atomic unit of commerce and of crypto. So he did not actually give these Bitcoin to Papa John's. He actually gave them to this man, Jeremy Sturdivant, who is written out of the story in many tellings, but I think was a hero. And this was the guy who took that 10,000 Bitcoin, said, "This is worth something to me. I'm going to buy Laszlo some pizza and make sure he and his kids can have pizza night." So history was made, and years later, we came along at PizzaDAO, and we set out to really make this into the global holiday we think it deserves to be, given that this was the first time that crypto value kind of escaped the metaverse into reality and materialized itself as pizza. And pizza is historically a real front runner on tech, right? Pizza Hut had one of the very earliest websites. It or delivery, ordering, AI you see with pizza. I mean, we see Will Smith with spaghetti. We actually made one, Will Smith with pizza. But what many don't know about us, though, is that the initial info was during COVID, we wanted to support small businesses, and we thought that crypto was the way to do it by bringing them on chain so that we can actually tokenize them and move them into community ownership. Because why should I have to take my capital and invest it in Apple and the big five, whatever the largest companies on earth, when really when we talk about what's going to make a difference in my life, that's my community, my neighborhood. So if I could put my money into my neighborhood, then I might actually improve my standard of living and my community better than parking my money in kind of abstract large entities that are actually maybe even overvalued because it's the only place anyone knows where to put their money. But yeah, so we're this global community. This is some of our members all over the world. And we came out of Clubhouse actually, so because everybody ran onto Clubhouse during the COVID pandemic, and we ultimately harnessed all of that energy, that creative energy, and we got 314 toppings together, and we scattered them wildly onto pizzas, and we sold them as NFTs. But PizzaDAO, when you come down to it, it is an invitation for every pizza expert, every pizza creator, every pizza enthusiast on earth to collaborate. We think of ourselves, we are a Schelling point for pizza creativity and innovation. Robert says that the entire software development field would end if you eliminated pizza and coffee. Yeah, this has fueled a lot of stuff on earth. We've thrown 5 global pizza parties actually now, and in our most recent one on May 22nd, 2025, we actually hit over 400 cities all over the world, across more than 100 countries, and these are all really fun parties. This wasn't just like go to your local pizzeria with a few friends and have pizza. This is like hundreds of people getting together all over the world, celebrating crypto, celebrating pizza, and making relationships. And this is important because, again, people are layer zero I just want to go back. Like, if you look at this map, every one of these little Molto Bene icons, this is a community that PizzaDAO has built to fundraise from, right? And to make relationships with their local pizzeria. So this is our on the ground army. And when you take a step back and you look at how people build products and services in our world, go to market and marketing and community building, that's a huge expense. It is a huge expense. And that's why I think that crypto and Web3, right, with our people, our layer 0 perspective, we drive that cost way down. When you can immediately give ownership of your project, of your product to a massive audience, then you have your go-to-market kind of there from the get-go. And I think it will drive these costs way down. So people are layer 0, something that I think is so important to remember. So what are we actually going to do though? Like, what is the end goal here, right? And so we're going to grow this global pizza party, and we're going to make it bigger every single year. And then we're building this expert network, right, of pizza experts and pizza enthusiasts. Then we're building tooling for all the pizzerias that we build relationships with, because it's kind of tragic when you think about it that big pizza, right, your Domino's, your Pizza Hut, your Papa John's, they have the best tech, they have the best marketing, but they have the worst product, the worst pizza, right? And we can also think about real estate and just pizza creativity, all sorts of projects. So some of the network, the experts that we've already connected with are Williamsburg Pizza, famous pizzeria in New York, the World Pizza Champions, who are kind of like our godfathers in the pizza industry. Sanctuary Pizza is our good buddy out of California, and then Scott, if you know Scott Wiener, he's kind of a legend in the New York pizza scene, largest pizza box collection in the world, and just an awesome guy. Runs Slice Out Hunger as well, which is a great charity. So let's talk about some pizzerias that we're working with. So very recently, actually, our Nairobi community onboarded. They met this guy. His name is Chef Francis, Chef FM. He goes by. This is him right here, and he lives in Nairobi. He's trained as a pizza chef, and we brought him into the PizzaDAO fold. And in a couple weeks, we had given him a new brand, a new website. We fixed his Google profile. We fixed his Bolt profile, which is their Uber Eats kind of a thing in Nairobi, and we also have started building marketing tactics for him. And we've supercharged his expansion. He went from 1 place, now he's at 3, and he's looking to even go to 5 in short order, as well as create all of the franchising material that anyone could need to put PizzaBase really all over Africa. And you can actually see pizzabase.africa. This is a site we made for him. And you can see this is our menu. We keep our branding pretty low key. And so this is an interesting thing about PizzaDAO, right? We do not want to be the IP of these pizzerias. We want them to hold their IP, right? Because when you're a pizzeria, that is, you want to own your pizzeria. You want to be a self-sovereign pizzeria. So we are infrastructure. We are a layer for them to assist them in building their IP. So we power the pizzeria, but we don't own PizzaBase. Chef owns PizzaBase. He will give PizzaDAO a bit of PizzaBase, right? He's thinking he wants to give us like 10%. We might push him to a slice, 12.5%. But this is how we think about our partnership with these pizzerias. We want them to own their own brand. Real estate. So one of my favorite movies is with Michael Keaton, oh my God, why am I blanking on it right now? The Founder, the McDonald's movie. And I watched it a few times, and I was reminded that McDonald's business is actually real estate. And PizzaDAO can actually be the same. So as we build these relationships with pizzerias all over the world, we can go out and buy real estate with them. We go to our local communities. We say, do you love this pizzeria? They say, yes. We say, do you want to help them expand? They say, yes. We say, okay, here's a plot of land. Let's buy it together with the pizzeria, give them a very fair rental agreement, and help them build. This is important because one of the primary reasons why small businesses fail is landlords. Moving along. So other stuff that we can build with PizzaDAO and that we have been building is games, especially with the advent of vibe coding, which we really didn't see coming at the beginning of PizzaDAO. And when attention is all you need, that seminal Google paper, right? As we realize this, we can leverage this new tooling to just build stuff way faster than ever before. And because we have this global audience, because we have this global community, because people are layer zero, suddenly we have distribution. You may have heard that content is king, distribution is God, and we are very aligned with that. So we've started just firing out games. We made this Pizza Chef Fit game, which I think is actually super fun. If anyone gets a high score on it, I'll give you a PizzaDAO NFT. I'll link it in the chat. One of our members, so this is another thing. We think about our global pizza party as, we joke that, I'll do a little story here. So the pirates used to rule the world. You may know this, everyone, but the pirates rule the world. People think it's kings and queens, but it's actually pirates. And why did the pirates rule the world? It's because they knew where all the material resources were on Earth. Nobody else really knew where everything was, but the pirates were traveling around and they knew where everything was. But the pirates ultimately kind of lost control because, they stopped. Everyone sort of knew where all the material resources were in the world. It stopped being a mystery, right? But why I think that crypto is we are the modern pirates is because we know where all the human resources are in the world. And that is actually true value today when attention is the only scarce resource on Earth. So what's amazing is that with this global pizza party, which we kind of joke is a human resource mining operation, suddenly our communities all over the world are using new tooling to create stuff with PizzaDAO IP that we can then send out to every other city. So our Barcelona community made this Molto Bene game, and our tech crew made Molto Bene's delivery route, where it's kind of like a geo game. We made a pizza personality quiz, which is just a simple quiz, but fun, and we have distribution, so we think people will have fun with it. We made a mixtape, which is actually way better than it has any right to be, and we just see. People love pizza. People love to create things, and we are pulling them out to build with us, with our IP, and with our friends. We've also built a bunch of other stuff. We built a pizza faucet, which on Farcaster we give out pizza, and people can post pizza that they bought and request that we reimburse. And then there's a very easy pathway for us to just go in there and send them some funds to reimburse for their pizza. We're building a tool called rsv.pizza, which is a way for an event organizer to very easily order the proper pizza for their party, just checking what the guests' preferences are. Pineapple makes a bad pizza better and a good pizza worse is an interesting take. I personally, I'll admit, I have been known to enjoy pineapple on a pizza. And when PizzaDAO, when we're lazy, we put out a poll about pineapple on our official account, and it seems like we're averaging around 69% yes over time. Our Sri Lanka community built a Telegram bot, actually, that is fantastic. So we have over 400 Telegram groups, one for every city on Earth. Our Sri Lanka community, based in Colombo, they were already building bots for Binance and some of the largest institutions in the space, and so they built us one. So we have this outpouring of creativity because people like to have fun, they like to throw a global pizza party, and they want to contribute. We're working on a point of sale now because, again, vibe coding is just lowering. As the cost of development goes to zero, community and distribution are going to be the only mode. So we are thinking really hard about how to leverage that. Pizzapartystuff.com, we're building kind of a drop shipping website for all of the stuff you might want to throw an amazing pizza party. So that's what I got for you today. The future is bright for building within this ecosystem because of our distribution. I think it all comes down to people and just like, if you get marketed to, right, what are you going to actually click through and pay attention to? Some ad somewhere or a recommendation of a friend? Especially in the age of AI slop, right? You can't even trust anything. So humans are where it's at. And pizza brings humans together, right? It's community in a box. So please join our Discord. We have community calls every Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. We would be happy to see you. We can give you your Pizza Mafia name, which is a combination of your favorite pizza topping and your favorite Mafia movie. I'm Enzo Pepperoni because Snow Crash is actually my favorite text in this context. And feel free to reach out to me on X or by email.